Merci.
Restez en ligne, hein,
Thank
surtout.
you so much. Hi, George. We are extremely proud, the French-speaking country of community of media and of tech innovator, and all the cinema fans are very, very proud to be connected with you, George. Are you are you here? I've seen
I see him.
this. Yeah, you mute up your microphone, George, if you can. Yes, connect. Okay.
Do you hear me now?
Yes, we
Yes.
hear you very clear. Thank you
Great.
for. I hope it's not too early in LA, George.
No. I'm an early riser. I'm 5 in the morning. I'm up.
Okay, so thank you very, very, very much for being here. We know that you are a very hard worker, because with the amongst of extraordinary movie you perform in your career, it's a very huge honor to have you within the Village Francophone media community. George, let me remind you to our community your extraordinary bio. You're an award-winning screenwriter, director, producer, artist, and musicians. Tomorrow we're gonna have a music tech overview. We'll be proud to listen to it.
Okay.
So you write, he's written nearly 20 feature films and directed more than a dozen, including the 29th Street, sorry, poor English, Middleman, and The Comeback Trail. We're going to talk about this extraordinary movie that is about to be issued here in Europe. His screenplay for the music buddy comedy Midnight Run, lots of fun all over the world. Recently won the top 101 funniest screenplay of all the time awards from the Writers Guild of America. His original screenplay for Bad Boys spawned the most successful action comedy franchise in history. As a filmmaker, he's directed a wide variety of genres, from comedies to action to thrillers, and even a documentary on the famed artist Davey A. Layford. His most recent film, The Comeback Trail, that is about to be issued here in Europe, which won 4 film festivals, reunite him with Oscar winners Robert De Niro, along with 2 other legends and Oscar winners, Tommy Lee Jones and Morgan Freeman. George, thank you very much for your time.
Are you kidding? Thank you. Thank you very much.
So I've seen the trailer of The Comeback Trail. We all have seen this trailer. We are extraordinarily excited. So George, please, where did the inspiration come from to make this film, this new film?
With Comeback Trail, it goes back a very, very long way. And I'll try to tell you the shortest version of it, because it could take an hour. But when I was 18 years old, and I'm 65 years old now, so that's how far back it goes. When I was 18 years old, I was at a comic book convention in New York City. And there was a screening of an unfinished movie that was shot in 16 millimeter by Harry Hurwitz called The Comeback Trail. They never finished the movie, but I was lucky. I was like one of 8 people who saw it, you know? And I've thought about it for years and years and years. And then when I started having a career as a screenwriter and eventually a director, I just kept trying to find the rights to the movie, but I could never find them, you know, because it was the same basic premise, even though Josh Posner, who co-wrote the screenplay with me, we ended up changing most of the story. But for years and years and years, I tried to find the rights. I could never find them. And I just about gave up. And then one night I was invited to a screening of Midnight Run, and I was supposed to speak at it. And they said, would you come to this? And I said, sure, I would love to. And there was like a whole bunch of people there. And this woman comes up to me and she says, I just want you to know that Midnight Run was my husband's favorite movie. I said, oh, that's very sweet of you. What's your husband's name? And she said, Harry Hurwitz. I said, Harry Hurwitz, The Comeback Trail? And she went, how do you know The Comeback Trail? She said, nobody ever saw the movie. I said, I saw it in New York. She goes, you're like one of 6 people. I said, I would love to remake that movie. And she said, okay. I said, who owns the rights? And she said, I do. I'm his widow. So I said, okay, great. So we were partners. We shook hands right then and there. And then that was the beginning of the movie happening.
So it's an extraordinary. If you haven't seen the trailer, we're longing to see and to discover this comeback trail. So with an extraordinary story, and so you've got extraordinary actors. The question was, wasn't it too hard, or was it hard or easy to work with Robert De Niro, Tommy Lee Jones, and Morgan Freeman? I know that you have a long collaboration with Morgan Freeman. Are they tough actor, or are
they were
really
great?
easy?
You know, look, I have to be honest with you. Any director that tells you otherwise, I believe, is lying. Okay, but you know, the night before we started shooting, you know, you wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning and you got to be on the set at 7. And I'm sitting on the edge of the bed and I'm thinking, like, how the hell am I going to direct these 3 legends? You know, I mean, you go into this panic, you know. But the truth of it is, I know Bob since Midnight Run. We're very close friends, and Morgan Freeman and I are very close. Yeah, we've done 3 movies together. We're going to do a 4th movie later this year. And the only one I didn't really know too well was Tommy Lee Jones, but they were great. They were great. They're just total professionals. You get on the set and they just start doing it, you know, and they're brilliant actors. So you don't tell them very much, you know.
So it's when we can say it's true, but from Europe, these 3 legends and the job you achieve it seems extraordinary. The 4th questions. So we are all motivated to see this movie that will issue now.
It is really funny.
Weeks.
Yeah, the movie is just hysterical, you know, and it's this mix of it, you know, there's a very real story in it, but it's also, and it gets very poignant at times, but it's also just over the top ridiculous comedy, you know. So it's really just a lot of fun, and I had the privilege of seeing it at the Hollywood Italia Film Festival about 4 or 5 weeks ago, and it really was the first time I saw the movie with like 300 people, and they were hysterical, and I was like, okay, I guess it is funny after all, you know.
So I will make that after this interview the promotion in French to understand every French people to go and see this movie on the platform right now. The 3rd questions so is concerning the future, but I know that Papi is also I know that I don't know when the movie will issue in Africa, but Papi is also connected with African country. Maybe you have a question for our extraordinary filmmaker.
Okay.
Papi, 1 question.
I'm there. Hi, sir.
Hi, how are you, sir?
I'm good, thank you. I'm sorry for my accent. I'm from Africa.
No, I'm sorry sorry for mine too. Go ahead.
Yeah. My question is, where is the place of Africa cinema in Hollywood?
Say that again. I'm sorry.
Where is the place for the movie in the Hollywood?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know the answer to that. That's a great question.
Thank you.
Obviously, we need more influence from more filmmakers. You know, I mean, look again. I look forward to hearing all kinds of voices. You know, in movies. I mean, it's a great learning tool. You know, to learn about another culture, and at the same time you get entertained. I mean, you learn more about people in 90 minutes, you know, watching a movie. So yeah, I mean, I really hope that it happens quickly. There should be more international voices in filmmaking, and it should also be promoted to the world, because I'm sure there's a lot of great movies I haven't seen, you know. So
okay, thank you, George, thank you, Papi, for these questions. One of the questions concerns your next projects. What story would you like now to direct in the future? And I know also that you are about to issue a new movie. Can you just give us some information concerning?
Well, yeah, I mean, I have several projects that I really want to do. You know, I mean, I'm always, you know, I'm for no shortage of ideas. Morgan Freeman and I are doing another movie with Carrie Elways, where it's a murder mystery that takes place in New York City. And Morgan Freeman is a college professor that helps this cop, you know, track down a series of murders. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Then I have this other movie I really want to do called Chasing Crush, which is about takes place in Sonoma, California. It's about the wine business, and it's about how a Mexican immigrant bought a piece of land 3 generations ago and turned it into the most successful winery in Sonoma. And it's about a 3-generational kind of war between vineyards. And it's a real beautiful, romantic movie about a bunch of sort of broken people who all start to heal each other, you know.
We are longing to discover those new projects. George, I have one last question. I know that your time is...
I have all the time in the world, but go ahead. I'll talk all day.
You're great, George. Thank you for this extraordinary gift. One important question, it concerns also our tech. You know, we have also tech media partner, and they are, all the day we are here in Cannes Film Festival, and all the industry is quite surprised by the growing importance of technology in our industry,
for making
of
movies.
course, for making movies, artificial intelligence to write up a screenplay, LED walls to turn a traditional background into electronics, of course, the platform to deliver to connect with most of community. How do you feel? You are making movie for long years. How you're an observer of all these tremendous transformation. How do you live those transformation, and how do you live that? What's your opinion concerning those major evolution?
Innovation.
Well, I think it's all fantastic. I mean, look, I'm also a painter, as you know, and the reason that I paint is because I can move at the speed of thought. You know, part of making movies, which makes it so difficult and overwhelming at times, is you have an idea for something, and then you may not be able to visualize it if you're lucky for 2-3 years. And even the process of making a movie is, you need all this equipment and all this stuff and all these people, and to keep spontaneity going under these sort of circumstances is often very, very difficult. So, you know, the more technology grows, it'd be great to make movies at that pace where you have an idea and you could just create it and do these things, as opposed to, okay, you sit over here and you sit over here, and then let's rehearse it and let's put a light here. And, you know, a lot of times I wish I could just do it, you know? And I think as things speed up, you know, as technology grows, we'll be able to move at a more lively and creative pace, perhaps.
Okay, and one important question comes right now from our African community of very young filmmaker. If you have a good advice to give to a young filmmaker in Africa, even in Europe, where we don't have so many dollars to produce movie, what will be your advice, George?
I would say to any
success you got.
Well, I would say to any filmmaker to follow your heart. Don't listen to anybody. Just keep doing what you want to do, because I started out, I didn't know anybody in Hollywood. I didn't know anybody in the movie business. My parents were very working class people. I had no connections to Hollywood whatsoever. And I came out to Los Angeles. I didn't know anybody. I slept on people's sofas, and I just would talk to anyone who would listen. And eventually, over time, I worked my way into the studio. People were very nice. They were very ingratiating. And, you know, I'm only successful, part of it because of my tenacity, but the other part of it was because people were willing to listen and give me a break. So I would say to any filmmaker, you know, it's not impossible. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. And filmmakers of today have it a little bit easier than I did, in that you can make movies on iPhones. I didn't have that luxury, you know. So you can make films, and you can, you know, young filmmakers can make movies, put their work out there, get their voices heard. You know, I think it's a great time to be a filmmaker, a young filmmaker. It's a great time to be a filmmaker of any age. And just follow your heart. Just follow your heart, follow your guts, follow your instincts. You can't go wrong.
Thank you very much. I don't know if members of our community want to ask a last question to George for the time we got with him. Any questions, guys? You're among the Zoom, and if you do you want to ask a question?
No, thank you very much. Thank you.
I have second question.
Go ahead.
Yes. So, what do you do? I'm sorry. Yeah. What do you do to get to know good actor?
Oh, well, I got lucky. You know, I mean, how do you get to know good actors? Look, again, I would just say do some, you know, just, you know, write something really good. Look, talent attracts talent. Okay, that's the best thing I could say. You write a good script, you're going to get to know good actors because there's not that many good scripts out there. Write something great, make something great, and actors will come to you. You know, that's how I did it. You know, I just wrote and wrote and wrote, and before you know it, people started to want to meet with me as opposed to me chasing them. But listen, directors and writers chase actors throughout their careers. You know what I mean? Even though, like, you know, so, but I would say, look, talent attracts talent. I don't know any other way to say it. You know, it's like, if you're good, people sense it. And you all speak a common language. So I would say that's, you know, how a great way to attract the actors and talent.
Thank you very much.
Oh, you got
it. Thanks a lot.
That's
Let me
it?
remind you that your movie issue here in Europe, it depends on the zone, but around the 22 on the platform. The next movie also event which is announced for in the coming month, I guess. And of course, if you have any information, you are welcome among the French-speaking country communities in the cinema industries and also in the new technology industry. Thank you so much, George.
Thank you so much. I'm very, very honored.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Really honored, guys.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you. Hope to see you soon within the Village Francophone and my global village. Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
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 Menteur.
Non, je te mens pas, je te jure que je te mens. Enfin bon, peut-être que je mens un tout petit peu, mais je suis producteur, c'est mon boulot. Et je te rembourserai. Je te promets que je te rembourserai.
Je te donne 72 heures. Après ça, je t'étrangle.
Ne prends pas pour un con. Je crois que t'as pas dressé un portrait tout à fait juste de notre investisseur.
Oh, ça va! À chaque fois qu'on a été dans la merde, on en a trouvé les solutions.
Tout le monde ne parle que de ça. Il te faut du fric. Vous avez qu'à venir sur le plateau. Frank Pierce sera là.
Excusez-moi, monsieur Pierce. Pardon de vous interrompre. Je peux avoir un autographe?
Frank Pierce. Il était assuré à hauteur de 5 millions de dollars.
Cet enfoiré ne tourne pas un seul plan du film et il empoche 5 millions de dollars.
Comment t'aurais vécu? Tout ce qui te serait resté, c'est l'indemnité de l'assurance.
J'ai organisé une entourloupe.
Comment ça, une entourloupe?
On prépare tout comme si on avait vraiment l'intention de faire un film. Et on prend une grosse assurance pour la star qui fera ses cascades. Vous êtes Duke Montana?
Oui, c'est Duke Montana. Qu'est-ce que vous faites, Duke Montana?
Ma petite séance de roulette russe quotidienne. Vous êtes parfait pour ce personnage en particulier.
Je me suis tout de suite attachée à cette histoire.
Prenez-la.
Et c'est un bon vieux western à l'ancienne, un film d'homme, quoi. Oh, félicitations.
Paf! On le tue pendant une cascade, il crève. Et là, on est riche. On est riche!
Action!
Duke Montana! S'il était encore en vie, je sais très bien qu'il pourrait dire... Il est où, ce putain de canasson? Duke, mais c'est génial, vous êtes vivant! Ah, mais tu le connais pas, ce gars-là. On dirait qu'il a 9 vies.
Ça n'a rien de sorcier de tuer quelqu'un, bon Dieu!
On va tourner l'incroyable scène du pont de corde. Il y en a qui vont pas en revenir.
Sans vous, je serais 6 pieds sous terre avec mes bottes.
Ouais.
qu'il est.
Je te collerai au train.
Toute l'équipe donnerait sa vie pour toi.
C'est pas les mots que j'aurais choisis.
Mais enfin, quelle sorte d'être humain est-ce que tu es?
Bah, je suis producteur.
Pour réaliser un film à 1 million de dollars, ils vont rouler dans une bétaillère.
Je suis pas adepte des signes ostentatoires d'opulence.
Vous êtes con ou quoi?
Non.